Michigan, which wasn't the nicest place either. And we stopped in a gas station about 3 o'clock in the morning. And in the gas station, my dad was at the counter, and I walked around the back to the crisps or the chips to buy some candy or some snacks. My dad had a little bit of money. He said, go buy some snacks. And I heard an altercation at the front. I heard the Mexicans shouting at my dad saying, say that, say what, say what, say what? And when I came around the corner, I saw these 4 Mexicans had jumped my dad, and they were punching him in the face, and my dad was swinging back. I remember he had one of them so close and was biting his face while the other men were hitting him on the head. And he had the guys, I remember it vividly because there was so much blood. He had the guy's cheek in his teeth, holding him up here while the other men were hitting him, and he was just holding him up close. The guy behind the counter started saying, I'm calling the police, I'm calling the police, I'm calling the police. Eventually, the 3 men ran out. My dad lost control of the other guy. They all ran out, and my dad stumbled, and he leant up against the counter. And I've never seen so much blood. I don't know if it was just the other guys. A whole bunch of it was his. It was all pouring down his face where they were hitting him on the top of the head. They'd picked up things from the counter, and they'd hit him. And he was bleeding. He was leaning against the counter. And he looked at me, and I looked at him, and I was so scared. And he just looked me in the eye, and then he looked back towards the door and was just staring at the door. I guess he expected them to come back in. The guy behind the counter said, I've called the police are coming, I've called the police. A couple minutes later, we hear the sirens, the police turn up, and the sheriff walks in. He's like, what happened? And the guy behind the counter said, it's not his fault. They got in an argument, and these 4 guys tried to mug him and rob him, and they attacked him. My dad's now standing there. My father's a bit more sentient now. He's standing upright like this. He's held something on his head for a little while, but there's still blood running down his head. And the police officer said to him, what's your name, sir? And he said, Emery Tate. He said, what's your job? He said, I'm a chess player. And he said, you just fought these 4 Mexicans by yourself. Maybe you should have been something else instead of a chess player. And my dad said, my unmatched perspicacity, coupled with sheer indefatigability, makes me a feared opponent in any realm of human endeavor. And I remember the sheriff's face, because the sheriff just looked at him like, what the fuck did you just say? Completely confused. And the fact that my dad, with a concussion, he ended up having a broken cheekbone, needed 30 stitches all over his head. The fact that my dad, with a concussion after being jumped, when asked a question,